Hey horror fans, welcome back to Room 237 and coming at you with yet another Blumhouse film. And this time it's 2018's Truth or Dare. Now, first, the thing I find funny about this is they actually put Blumhouse's Truth or Dare. They put their name above the title like they're John Carpenter. Now, couple theories as to this, because 2017 there was another film called Truth or Dare that was probably just as bad. That and or they were so proud of this that they were like, oh fuck yeah, we did that, like it's ours. But then I noticed they also did Blumhouse's Fantasy Island, and I think we all know what to expect from that. So I like to think it's give them the benefit of the doubt that it's because there was a film prior to this also called Truth or Dare. Now, of course, it was directed by Jeff Wadlow, who he has a string of films that haven't really done that well, including Blumhouse's Fantasy Island. He did Kick-Ass 2, a movie called Never Back Down, which is a martial arts film that I never saw. Cry Wolf, which is a slasher film from 2005 with Bon Jovi and Jared Padalecki. Haven't seen Cry Wolf, but I can only imagine. True Memoirs of an International Assassin, which I've seen, I think that's been on Netflix. Not watching it. And yes, I know it has Kevin James, who is in Becky. I've not seen Becky yet. And this really gets me laughing because he's directing an upcoming film, which is being put through Blumhouse and Mattel. Magic 8 Ball. So they're going to do the same shit they did with Ouija, but Magic 8 Ball. Okay. This is better than Ouija. I gotta say that. They took a game, an actual game other than like a board game like Ouija. I don't know what the fuck they're going to do with Magic 8 Ball. But here they took Truth or Dare, and it's a paranormal film. Not paranormal. It's a supernatural film that... Actually, I haven't even gone through the cast yet. It's been a few days since I've watched this. I've not had a chance to make a video yet, so bear with me. Lucy Hale, Tyler Posey, Violet Bean, Hayden Suzetto, Sophia Taylor Ali, Landon LeBoiron, or it's the French pronunciation. I don't know. Made for $3.5 million, made $95.3 million, and released on Friday the 13th, April 2018. Funny thing is, I know this isn't the first time it's been done, but unrated director's cut. It's a PG-13 film. And I watched the unrated cut. There's really not much. I mean, maybe it's a little bit bloodier or more sexual content. Like, just enough to break PG-13, but not enough to really make it unrated. But okay, you got this group of friends hanging out in Mexico. They come across this guy who says, hey, let's go to this old rundown missions, which is I think it's a term used for churches where people are sent, like nuns are sent there. It's run down. We can go there. We can hang out. So there's there's main girl, her friend, douchebag, friend's boyfriend, Asian guy, the guy they meet. So there's like 6 of them. Actually, right here on the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's like 8 of them. How did I miss that many? I don't even know who some of these people are, to be honest with you. But anyway, so the guy brings them to the missions, and they're like, so what should we do? He says, let's play Truth or Dare. And they all look at him, and yeah, even one guy says, what is this, like a third grade sleepover? And he's like, oh, you can get to know your friend's deepest, darkest secrets with Truth or Dare. And that's enough to sell the idea. So they're all sitting around, they're playing it. And kind of like in Unfriended when they're playing Never Have I Ever, they start getting like really deep. Like with Truth, they're like, you know, do you have a crush on your best friend's boyfriend? And shit like that. And basically, it all just leads... I don't even remember, like, what gets us to, like, the main point. Actually, I think it was that the main girl was forced to admit that she had a crush on her best friend's boyfriend. And then the guy they meet says, you know, I'm sorry, but I tricked you all. I had to bring more people in here. Kind of like the ending to Ouija, like with Lin Shaye. He tricks people into doing something to create more victims, I guess. So then, from that point on, you know, they all go back home. They start going back to school because I guess they're high school students. And one by one, they're chosen by random people. Or actually, first, like, people start seeing things saying Truth or Dare, like scratched in their car, or like cuts on their arm start to appear, or in like basically, and I know there's at least one guy on here that's gonna give me shit and wants to do a refresher because I don't want to watch this again. I remembered enough of it. Basically, they all start eventually seeing people that look like they have Joker Snapchat filters. Specifically, like when in Gotham, when Jeremiah turns into Joker, and he gets like really big, like rictus grins and red eyes saying Truth or Dare. And at first, it's like they have to do their Truth or Dare from the previous game. And like Jumanji, everyone has a turn where they have to go in order. And like one guy, and like if you back out of it, it turns into Final Destination where somehow you get killed. Like the first guy, which is a total douchebag. I mean, it's... When talking about some of the characters in this, it's like Unfriended, like another sequel, because douchebaggery, not as bad as Unfriended, but you know, he's at the bar and he's dared because he uses some pickup line about his pool cue. So she dares him to whip it out in front of everyone. So he starts to, and then this other girl starts mocking him. And then he's like, fuck this. And he goes to leave, and he, like, steps on a ball, falls backwards, and, like, his head hits the next table, which snaps his neck. So if you back out of your Truth or Dare, whichever you pick, it turns into Final Destination. And the one interesting part that... Okay, now I remember who the other one is. It's another douchebag. Not like a bro douchey, like the one with the pool cue, but one that's just an asshole. Like he's a pre-med student that he forges prescriptions for people. And we see that he goes to an interview to get into whatever med position. And they haven't quite told him how Truth or Dare works. Like, people can turn into the Joker, sort of be possessed, and ask him stuff. The interview goes fine. The friends are racing up to catch him. And just as he's about to leave, you know, she's just like, how long have you been forging prescriptions? And he's like, excuse me? And then right when he yells, I don't forge prescriptions, why'd you ask me? That's when she turns back into the interview lady. So the only interesting aspect about this movie is that Truth or Dare comes up at your most vulnerable moments. Like, the one part that could have been very interesting, especially for character development, is the Asian guy. It's heavily implied early on that he's gay, but only his friends know that. So while they're at this one place, his father, who's a cop, you know, or they're at his dorm or something. His dad wants to talk to him, and so he's asking him like, I noticed there's problems. Is there anything you want to tell me? He's like, no, I'm fine. Then we kind of start to see it, and he's like, I want you to tell me the truth. Oh, I think that's what it is. Like, the first round, the Truth or Dare is picked for you based on what the first initial game was. And so he's forced to come out to his father off screen. Because then when he joins his friends, he's just like, I was just forced to come out to my dad. They're like, how'd that go? And he was like, actually, it went well. I feel great. So the one moment that could have given us some decent character development is off screen. And probably the most, like the aspect where Truth or Dare gets you at your most vulnerable moments, that would have been interesting to see. Because then the next time, because then they find out they go through their first round, and then their turns come again, and it's like if you choose... It's like if two people choose truth, the next person has to do a dare. And so, like, the main girl, Olivia, does dare, and she's dared to sleep with her best friend's boyfriend. Which, of course, and all this shit keeps happening so that her best friend thinks it's working to her advantage. So they have sex. And more and more shit happens. So then the gay Asian guy, he's talking to his father outside. And then he's forced to do dare because there was enough truths before him. And his dare is to take his father's, service pistol and make him beg for his life. And okay, this part's kind of interesting too. Because he has the gun on him. He's telling him, just beg for your life, then I can stop. He's telling him without telling him what he needs to do. And he's like, did I not love you enough? Did I not listen enough? He's telling him, no, just fucking beg. And then the dad's partner shoots him, and he dies. And then right when they start figuring out, and the dumbest part of this movie, or show how dumb these characters are, they're being questioned by this one detective who knows about the deaths from the previous group of friends. Like, the guy that tricked them, he's looking into those deaths as well as these ones. And they start questioning her because they found a girl who was part of that group. And so they're trying to say, and she's the one that's still stuck playing. So it looks like she set someone on fire in a store as a dare. So they make a dummy account because they're talking about Facebook. And they're like, No, make a dummy account so that it can't be tracked to you. So they make a dummy account. They say, hey, can you meet us at this place? We know it's the game. We want to talk to you about it. Somehow they linked it to her. And the detective says, okay, so only her and one other person lived from that group. They're okay, we have to do research to figure out who that other person was. We don't even know if they're still alive. Dumbasses, you already talked to it. It's the guy from the beginning. He tricked you into playing. So clearly, you know, he's from the previous. That's not revealed till the end, or towards the end, because they call him Carter, but I guess his real name is Sam. That's how they know him. It's like, Sam, we gotta find this Sam. And then come to find out they know it's Carter. And they talk to this other woman who has no tongue, and she tells them about the sacrifice, which I just want to see what the sacrifice was. Which, oh yeah, another thing that drives a wedge between the main girl and her best friend is she was told to tell the truth to her friend, which apparently the friend's father committed suicide. And the night that happened, he had called the main girl over to talk to her. They had been drinking. He called her beautiful. He forced himself on her. I guess she gave in. They had sex. And or they implied that they had sex. I guess it was more just assault. And she got really upset and said, you know, he tried apologizing. She was like, you know, you're disgusting. Why don't you just kill yourself? And he did. So she was forced to tell that secret to her friend. So, of course, being dared to have sex with her boyfriend, then telling her this secret. These two keep splitting up and then coming back together as friends. But they find out the way to stop the game is eventually, some time ago, there was a group that played it, and it's like whoever. How the hell did that go? You summon an ancient demon, and then, or like whoever the previous group was, they have to cut out their tongue, put it in some sort of handmade pot, and then, but also if someone breaks the pot, then they have to do it also. I don't fully remember, but this movie is forgetful as fuck. It's as forgetful as just any other Blumhouse film. I wish I was able to do the review immediately after. So then they think back to the night they were all together, and it was Carter/Sam who broke the pot. So then they find him. They tell him that they have to bring him back to the church so they can get him to do the ritual. So by this point, it's the main girl, her friend, her best friend's boyfriend, ex-boyfriend, whatever he is at that point, and the guy from the beginning that tricked them. So they go back there, now knowing what the ritual is. Oh, and also, if you go to do something to stop the game, like if someone's cutting out their tongue as part of the ritual, the person who's being possessed at the time with the Joker smile can make shit happen. And I guess the demon's name is Calyx. You summon Calyx, whatever, however you pronounce his name. That's the Truth or Dare demon. You summon him, you cut out your tongue, and then they're both sealed in this pot. How the fuck did it end? So eventually, you know, because the boyfriend dies, well, the guy doing the ritual is stopped. He was, you know, there's a dare to kill him. The boyfriend refuses to choose between the two girls to kill, so the demon kills him. So it's just the lead girl and her best friend at the end. The lead girl tells her to choose dare and then refuse to do it. So she does. The demon possesses her. Which then the lead girl then asks the demon truth or dare. Says truth. Says, how do we end the game? Says, you don't. The game goes on forever. And pretty much you're both gonna die unless you somehow get more people to play. And so that's when you get this sort of, it's like it's supposed to be a holy shit ending, but it doesn't have that impact because the whole movie wasn't that interesting. Or, I mean, compared to movies like Ouija or Unfriended, yeah, this does have an interesting concept. And there's a couple moments that kind of work, but they don't follow through with it. Like the guy coming out to his dad. That would have been a great character development moment. So it's at this point, the main girl chooses, who, I probably should say her name, Lucy Hale. She has a YouTube channel. And so she makes this video talking about what happened with the Truth or Dare game. And she says, and just by saying Truth or Dare, we get little clips of people from all over. And someone they're watching it with gets the Joker grin, implying that people all over are now doomed and trapped within the game, prolonging their turn. So it's like a bleak what the fuck ending. Like, holy shit, that's downbeat. That's sequel bait, which I'm sure it is. But it's not as impactful as a movie where it's like, I can't even think of an example. It's not evil winning. It's just people kind of making the wrong choice or the choice to save themselves. It's not really evil winning. It's not like Seven or Primal Fear. It's definitely not one of Blumhouse's strongest films. I still think it's funny that they put their name above this. If it is because they were proud of it, I'm sorry, but I like to think it's because there was a film the year before called Truth or Dare. They wanted to separate it. Again, with known concepts like Ouija, yes, this is miles better. I wouldn't say it deserves its 16% on Rotten Tomatoes. I would have given it a little bit higher, but not much. To me, it's still a run-of-the-mill, typical Blumhouse film. And to be honest, I thought the Joker grins were very silly looking as opposed to creepy. But yeah, Truth or Dare, I mean, I'm sorry this review wasn't that informative, but I saw this days ago, and like most of their films, especially ones that I wasn't a fan of, it's just very forgettable. I mean, literally, take Ouija, take other familiar concepts, like something like this, and apply it. Like, okay, Ouija, okay, of course they did that. Oh, now they're doing Truth or Dare, of course. It's just Blumhouse with Truth or Dare. I would say this is one of the more interesting concepts, but they don't really run with it. And yeah, I was not a fan of this movie. Really. I know some people like it. Wasn't for me. To me, it's just another Blumhouse film. But anyway, thank you for watching.